The Saints are done out here in Southern California. This stanza of training camp is now over, and we're going to get into our main takeaways on this episode of The Dot, presented by Matt Bowers Auto Group. Number one thing on your list, so you came out here, 17 practices in the books. What is your number one non-Trevor Penning takeaway of training camp?
Yeah, look, but that is number one, right? So we wanted to learn more about this offense and will this offensive line hold up? And I just think those questions remain unanswered. But I will say that's not as panicky as we make it out to be. That's number one on the list. But number two on our list was the defensive line, and I feel way better about that. I mean, it feels like 8 months ago now, but it was on this field where we saw Chase Young in a Saints uniform for the first time, and now I think we think of him as one of the 5 or 10 sure things on this team. So two biggest concerns coming in here. One remains a big concern. Another one I feel better about.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I think for me, the biggest takeaway is that there's really no full definition of the offense yet.
True.
We kind of know how they want to operate. We know the stuff they want to do. We like the idea and the theory behind a lot of it. It's just a matter of, are they going to be able to do it? And there have been some really good days for the offense and some really bad days for the offense. I thought today was one of those pretty poor days for them. They couldn't drive the ball down the field, and they struggled to get some stuff done. I thought one day this week they looked really good. The other day where they kind of called full plays, they really didn't. So I think there's a lot of questions still to answer about this group. Part of me wonders how much of the defense being good has been a hindrance on the offense, but there's obviously some offensive liabilities. So I think going into these preseason games, it's important for them to try to answer some of those things. I don't know that we're going to get great answers back in Metairie. It's probably going to be something that lingers into the season, but the main takeaways here are that we're still learning about this team. So there's a lot of stuff to figure out. Stick with us on NewOrleans.Football. We'll cover that full process, start to finish, until the end of the year.